so they can get fucked. And I don't give two shits what happens to them, and I don't care about how many documentaries are made about them. I don't give a fuck if they got launched off of this planet in a cannon and we never saw them again. It doesn't matter. Well, you would think that if you like that content and you want to see it continue, that you would consider becoming a channel member here on the channel, even though if it costs you a few bucks a month. It's not expensive.
Right now on KO Gaming, I have over 5,000 subscribers. If half of those subscribers gave $1 a month, right? Which is nothing. What, a pack of gum? That would be a tremendous help to me.
A membership is less than $4 a month. Did you know that? That's cheaper than Twitch. It's cheaper than the competitors. It's three something a month, like $3.99 or something like that. And the memberships are consistent support that help this channel. All right? And I feel what's happened is a lot of people just have become dependent. Oh, I'm just going to get a free one. That's an awful mentality to have. Because if we're all just sitting around for the same 10, 15 people to give memberships, you might just sit around for months. What if these people aren't available? What if they just don't want to contribute right now? And that's what's happened. Is we went from a point where every month we had 5, 6, 7, 800 members, and now we're down to 400, barely maintaining 400, and everyone's just sitting around, oh, well, I know someone's going to come gift. No, you don't. No, you actually don't. And if you're here every day and you're enjoying the content, please support it. This is probably the cheapest way to support the content, and you get a bunch of stuff out of it. You get access to emotes. You get a chat crown badge to show how long you're supporting. You get to talk as much as you want in chat with absolutely no limitations whatsoever on how much you talk when there's a live stream. There's no slow mode or anything for you, right? You get priority for special events. Now, it sucks that the Halloween event didn't happen, but the Adpocalypse is coming up. You get priority to get your ads watched during the Adpocalypse. You're going to get priority during the Christmas event coming up. It makes sense. It's a few bucks.
$1 helps. I'm not kidding you. It really does.
So if anything, of all the things you think that you go out of your way to support the channel, probably the best value for the buck is the membership. So then why would you sit around and say, I'm just going to wait for someone to gift memberships? It doesn't make sense. Because what happens is that hurts me. Like, look what happened in October. A lot of people were just sitting around waiting for the gifting that never happened. And a lot of people were expecting that it was going to happen during the Halloween event. There was no Halloween event because I was sick. So now it sets us back so far because people were just sitting around waiting.
It's not my fault. I literally did nothing wrong and violated 0 rules.
That's not the attitude to have. Again, especially because I know people are watching the content. It's not that, oh, well, it's just, people are taking a break from the content. No, you guys are here. You guys are here enjoying and watching. But too many people are just sitting back now and saying, I'm just going to wait, give me the gift, give me the gift, give me the gift. It's not a very good attitude to have. All right, especially during this holiday season. Now's the time for giving, right? To give, not to receive. Now's the time that people should say, hey, I like Phil's content. It's great. I want to support the community a lot. I want to be the gifter.
Oh my god! This is insane.
Not the receiver, but the giver. That's this time of year, Good time to think about it that way, okay?
This kind of shit needs to come out. This kind of shit needs to be exposed for what it is. It's greed. It's greed. Greed is massively strong.
So, please consider it. And I'm going to be honest, I see people who come into the chat and literally say stuff, the first words out of their mouth is, hey, anyone gifting memberships today? Literally not a single person who ever attends one of my streams should say that in the chat. If you attend a stream and you're lucky and someone's being generous and someone's being nice to the community and they hand out memberships and you get one, you should be grateful. Wow, thank you so very much. You gave me a gift. That is so nice of you and I'm appreciative of it. No one should be coming into the chat asking for a gift. What? Huh? So please don't act like that. I've seen people like that. It's like, wow, you want to talk about completely the opposite of the Christmas spirit? That's exactly what the opposite of the Christmas spirit. You know what I'm saying? Now would be the time to say, hey, maybe I want to support it. I see that the gifted memberships aren't happening for whatever reason. Maybe the people who usually do them, they're not around on the regular, all right? Or they just can't do it right now, and that's fine. Because no one, you notice, if you haven't noticed, I'm not sitting here and calling out names and saying, you know, so-and-so who always gives memberships, I don't know where you are, come back and give memberships, what's wrong with you? Am I doing that? No, because that's not how you behave. It's so ungrateful. That's so, you deserve the world. You don't deserve shit. And on this planet, right, you'll work your butt off, and sometimes you get rewarded for it, and sometimes you don't. Life's not fair, right? In general, I've been very lucky. In a 15-year run I've had on YouTube, most of the time people support me enough that I can make a good living, and I can continue to do what I love. My passion is my job. Do you know how rare that is? So how ungrateful would it be to sit here and start calling out names and demanding that these people who've gifted memberships come back and gift them? So if I'm not going to do that, why would you? Why would you come to the chat and start, oh, where's the gifters? Where's the gifters? How about where's the door and here's my foot on your ass as you leave it for the last time? Because that's the most ridiculous attitude to have, especially during this holiday season. All right? It's just it's unacceptable. Okay. Excuse me. Sound good? So, please consider contributing and supporting the content if you like it. But please don't come in here with the expectation of anything, right? I don't. And this guy's a pathological liar. It's great when I get support, but I don't expect it. Now, before we move on and I start giving shout outs and thank yous for those who've contributed, I just want to say this very matter-of-factly, very honestly with all of you. As I've told you guys, I'm in the worst financial situation I've ever been in my entire life, to the point where I can barely pay my bills monthly. This is right now, we're in the time of the month where all my bills are going to come due and my bank account is going to be completely drained. All right. And I'm really, again, nervous. A third month in a row now that everything's going to be terrible. The best way for you to contribute is by tipping me. Tipping me gives me funds immediately that I can put towards bills, nor can I demand it.
I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill, and the incredible amount of new games.
Right? That's the nature of the beast when it comes to content creation. So if I can't demand it, you can't either. Right? But that's what's going on. Is, if you haven't noticed, in the last month, a lot of the gifters, the people who come by and regularly gift the memberships, have not been around or can't gift right now. And that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. We got to hope in the expectation that things will turn around and will get better as we get closer, especially to the holidays and all these, different games that we'll be playing and all of that. But I do see this bad attitude that's kind of being passed around, and it's disturbing. It is. It's disturbing to see people acting like that. No one should be acting like that. And again, if you're a regular and someone who watches this content on a daily basis and you're not getting a gifted membership, if you think about getting it yourself, it's a few bucks. So please keep uploading to YouTube. Okay, but what I'm kind of telling you guys now is I need to make a living, and I'm making nothing on the YouTube videos. So what this means is that I need you guys who are avid watchers, who are longtime fans of mine, and who love my YouTube content to please step up and support the effort. How? The primary way you can is to go to my Patreon at patreon.com/darksidephil and pledge today. As little as $1 helps, okay? I've been saying this ever since I opened my Patreon 3 years ago. People are, oh, I can't make a significant impact. $1 a month actually helps and adds up, all right? Let's very quickly address something that's been going on recently, all right? Now, if you haven't noticed, this year, I made an absolutely concerted effort to stay out of drama. Earlier this year, I got goaded into an interview that, at face value, looked like it was going to be fair, and then immediately when the interview ended, it became completely unfair, and it became a big attack against me for personal gain. It was fucked up the way it happened, and I told you guys that I learned my lesson. I wasn't going to involve myself with drama and all this other shit anymore for the rest of the year. I wanted to pull you guys out of that drama, correct? That's what I told you, and that's been my goal. About a month after that, I got contacted behind the scenes by Boogie, or a representative of Boogie, about wanting to do a podcast together. And I said, why not? Why wouldn't we do that? As long as it's something positive that we're working on together, and we do a show together and we talk about topics, and it seems like it would be constructive and positive for our audiences, I'm totally okay with it. Sounds good to me, especially if there's no Keemstar involvement, because I don't want to be involved with that toxic jerk, because all he wants to do is create drama, and that's not what I'm about, right? I'll be involved in that, all right? Within a month of that happening, what happens? Boogie and Wings, who are involved, decide they want a payday. So instead of actually, being men about it, they turn around completely on what they said and offered, what they wanted to do, and they decide that they want to work with Keemstar to make money. So they did. So they did their stupid fight, which was a complete joke, and they were supposed to do a podcast with Keemstar. That's completely fallen through and is never going to happen. What a big surprise that they went with the toxic guy and it all fell apart. What a shocking twist that this would happen. Like, there was totally no signs that doing business with Keemstar would blow up in their face and not work out for them, right? There's no way they could have possibly known that. Unbelievable, right? So anyway, after all that complete nonsensical stuff, okay, going on, I outright told you guys I want no involvement with these people ever again because they're not trustworthy. These are people who will say one thing and then do another as long as it basically in the short term gives them some kind of personal gain. You know, there's a saying from Final Fantasy VI. I heard he'd slit his mama's throat for a nickel. Some people are like that. Some people for short-term gain, they will literally do whatever they possibly can, and it doesn't matter who they hurt, who they screw over, who they treat like dirt. You know, during that time period, you had guys like Boogie going on social media slandering me. When have I ever said a negative word about Boogie? Right? But he was going on social media insulting me publicly, and people were telling me about it. I was like, I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to clap back. I'm not going to say nothing. I'm just going to ignore it all, and I'm going to continue on this year with my content, with my positivity, and it worked.
No, shut the fuck up.
I strove this year to prove that I had value because the content that I make has value to my core audience. The gameplay, the React style stuff that I'm doing, I'm staying away from drama. Do you understand? On purpose. I want nothing to do with it. I just want to make gameplay, to chill with you guys, to do some fun React stuff every once in a while for good variety, and that's it. Do not want to be involved with these people whatsoever. I don't want to be roped into their nonsense. Do you understand? And I've done so much this year to do that, all right? And I hope that you guys understand that I've worked very hard this year to stay out of it, all right? So one thing that's happening now, I guess supposedly there's some documentary out there about Boogie that just came out. And people are like, oh, let's talk about it in Phil's chat. And let's fucking talk about, because Wings of Redemption watched it and reacted to it. And he got extra views on his channel and shit like that. Okay, I don't care. I don't care about these people. Do you not understand? I couldn't care less about these people. They had their chance to actually be considered as like nice, rational people. I gave them the benefit of the doubt. They treated me like shit for personal gain. So they can get fucked. And I don't give two shits what happens to them. And I don't care about how many documentaries are made about them. I don't give a fuck if they got launched off of this planet in a cannon and we never saw them again. It doesn't matter. They are completely non-connected to me in any way. I have nothing to do with them. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to watch documentaries about them. I want nothing to do with it at all. Do you understand? Because I've been getting now messages from people, well, if Wings reacted to the documentary, is Phil going to react to the documentary? Because he totally should do that, because he'll get lots of extra views and money. And no. It's called drama. It's called the lowest end of the lowbrow content. All it will do is stir up more negativity, more toxicity.
It's very toxic.
From a community that I don't want to appeal to. No, I want nothing to do with my detractors. Nothing to do with these lolcow morons who actually think that they have some benefit to people on Earth. They don't. Again, anyone in these weirdo communities, these fringe communities, oh, let's make someone's life miserable so we can laugh at them. If these people vanished from Earth, if there was a rapture of anyone into lolcow culture right now, this planet would be a better place. Do you understand that? It's sad, but it's true. These are people who waste their entire lives and efforts to make other people's lives miserable so they can laugh at it. They need to do that to feel good about themselves because they're so miserable themselves. So I don't need to appeal to these scum of the earth. I don't need to make drama content for them. If I dropped everything I was doing today, I said, you know what? Forget Alan Wake 2. Today, we're watching the Boogie documentary, and I'm going to react to it all day. I would get attendance, I would get contributions, I would get a big spike in viewership. And here's what would happen. Number one, it would be incredibly short-lived. It wouldn't benefit this channel or anyone else in my community at all. It would be complete opposite. It would bring toxicity. It would bring that element to the channels. They would want to be here all the time. They would want to derail the content. They would want to make it toxic and bad. I don't want that. Number two, it would set me back on my positive stuff. I would be even further behind in the content that I like to make. I'd be further behind in games, further behind in vlogging, further behind in everything that I do. Do I want to do that for temporary personal gain? No. That's completely false. See, here we go. I got a dollar tip. Someone says, oh, you started drama with LTG a few months ago. How could you call someone a misery broker? I didn't start drama with LTG. I did a very small 10 minute segment on this very podcast where all I did is I said I was watching his stream and I have some interesting questions because I've never seen him before and I have questions about it. All right? People sent him that out of context. He took it as an insult and he literally went on a rant insulting my looks and all this shit about me on his stream. He's the one who caused the drama with me. I literally didn't say a negative thing about the guy. Apparently, he thought I did because he's an idiot.
What a fucking idiot.
And didn't pay any attention to what actually was said. He's the one who started it. He opened the Pandora's box. He's the one who bitched out. He's the one who's the fucking asshole, not me. So fuck him. And fuck you for bringing it up because you're completely wrong. Very nice.